Hello everyone. I've been thinking of doing like vlogs like this lately, and I think yeah, it'd be a good idea. So right now it's like the morning time at my school. Like I'm an English teacher and everything, and so they want us to like go and sit in the classroom, and like work in the classroom, but it's so loud and stuff that and early that it doesn't really make sense. It's like someone is asking you to rush into work to do nothing. You know what I mean? Like you're rushing to do nothing or rushing to like wait for there to be something to do. So usually I just stay at home and chill. But and I feel like very fortunate that I have this job because it pays like a lot of money and stuff, and it's fairly easy. Although they're kind of like strict and like some of their rules and stuff, and I don't know, like for the quality of teaching and stuff, it just doesn't make sense for them to kind of like act like the way that they do. Like they act like things are really important, but everybody here is really just trying to get like a higher position at the school, and they're not really focused on the actual quality of education. So there's like some really big issues at the core of the school, and then it's like in order to survive, like for me and I guess other teachers kind of have to operate around those rules. So that's one of the reasons why I essentially just like stay at home and like study my languages and do whatever. But like it stays like this where like there's something at 10, so then I have to think, like if I want to leave the apartment a little beforehand, then I might like people might see me, so then it's like not good to like leave beforehand. So then I have to like calculate what time can I go. So it is still like a little stressful, but it's kind of funny. So they made the hours. It used to be like 9 ish to 4, like maybe like 4:10, 4:20, and they decided to extend it to 8 to 5, which really just means like I don't really know why. I think it's because our salary is like so much higher than the local teachers. They feel like we need to do more work or be here more often. But the reality is there's like not a lot of things to do. And as foreign teachers and not like actual citizens of the country, we don't really have any power to change the education system and like make it better. So it's kind of like a hopeless situation in those regards. So some people will come in and like put in all their effort into the school, and then once they're gone, all the effort's gone. The manager just like doesn't really care that much, and then someone new comes along and then replaces them, and then they can do a worse job, and then there's really no big difference on the school or really anything. Um so yeah, so I'm just sitting here thinking like, all right, we got this thing at 10. It's 15 minutes. My class is at 10:30. So I'm trying to think, are they going to like what's going on? You know what I mean? That's the other thing. You have to think, what's going on? Are they going to cancel classes? Is it going to be late? Um so yeah, I can hear more students coming now. So then like I can't go now because then everyone's going to see me leaving the apartment because we live so close to the school building. We live so close to the school building. It's actually kind of funny that they're like, oh, you can't go home because if you want to go to like a quieter place like the library or cafe on campus, it's farther away, right? So it's even like less convenient. So every single place has something inconvenient about it. Like I can bring in like my heater or fan into the classroom, and I can be like not hot or cold, but then it will be loud and really hard to focus, and I can't like record like my videos that I like to for studying. And then I can do it at the cafe, but then it's farther away. So then like it's like I have to bring all of this stuff over there and then do it, and it's kind of awkward to like be recording or like doing some language class in the cafe, even though it's probably really technically allowed. So like every single place, other place really has something inconvenient about it, except for being at home. The only thing at home is like if you get caught. Um, but yeah, I don't know. That's my life, and I've also been thinking about vlogging about languages. I think it would help me like think about what I'm doing. So right now, I have so many books. I have too many resources, and it's really hard for me to be like, which one should I be using, and then like trust that process. And it's kind of like it's not even really about languages sometimes. It's more like I just want to finish the book to say that I finished the book, and then like I could take this book and then finally get rid of it. It's something that is like taking up less space at my house because it's very cluttered. So, but lately I've spent a lot of money on apps that are like lifetime apps. So you can, so you own the, yeah, so you can use it like forever, right? It's most apps are subscription based. But the issue for me now is I still have too many apps. I don't know which one I should use. So I've been trying different things for different languages. I really like Rosetta Stone, for example, but and no app or no resource really covers all bases. So you kind of have to like mix around. But I think for me, the main what I'll do now is my main resource would just be like language lessons, and there's just nothing better. There's nothing that can beat just talking to the teacher. There's nothing that can beat talking to the teacher, and then I have them do a recording for me of all the new words that we learned with the English translation. I haven't found anything that is like more effective than that because I'm learning the words that I really need to learn first before all of some other like grammar or other random stuff that you could find like in a textbook. Maybe the textbooks is for like someone who's gonna study at college in another country, right? And it's like, well, that's not my situation, right? So I'm learning all these words that really don't apply to me. And the other thing is, if you're a foreigner and you're obviously not looking like a native speaker, when you go to that country, people will try to speak English to you by default. So I think like speaking is the most important thing. So a lot of books are kind of more reading and writing when it should be like speaking and listening, but mainly even mainly even speaking. Um, so yeah, here's the bell. So I should probably like get out as soon as I can. Um, but yeah, so that's what I'm gonna try to do later on. I think I'm gonna fix Anki. Anki's been giving me trouble because it's like other apps are more fun, but they're not as hard as Anki. So I should do Anki, but I have to take those apps and then put them into Anki, and then it gives me like anxiety about like I need to put everything in, but it's really like you shouldn't put everything in. You should only put in what you need. So I got a lot to think about. All right, so I will see you guys next time. There you go. All right, so I'm back again to rant once again. So this time it's just about the school in general, honestly. I think that a lot of it is fake. So I go in and and then there's like some program that's going on. So it's kind of funny. Like I feel like here I save a lot of time because I have a lot of free time, but at the same time I have to worry about how to rearrange my schedule so that I don't lose more time than I already had. So I went in and I talked to like one of the teachers, and it's good to like, talk to some of them. But they had some program that was going on, right? So it's like stuff like that. It's like, dang, I could have spent like 30 minutes studying or something, or I didn't have to leave as early as I did, and then it was like no big deal, right? But I'm like stressing myself out, thinking like, oh, okay, like, no, I need to like go in, um, I need to like go in earlier and then make sure like I'm not missing anything or something. So I think that's like the most kind of stressful part of the job. But the other thing is that just in general, like you go in and it's kind of sad, like no one is really in a good mood. So the whole vibe of the school is just kind of like down because like everyone is tired, they have to be there like really early, and then it's like just it's like a slow day, but they want you to kind of rush, right? So you're like rushing for nothing. Like I'm rushing in, I'm rushing to get to my desk, and then there's like no work. So it's kind of like I don't know what state of mind that I need to be in for that day. Sometimes, yeah, I think that's like the main thing. It's like I need to should I be like in a play mindset where I can like come in and I can do what I want, or do I need to be in a work mindset? And it's really hard to like switch between those two mindsets just like that. You know what I mean? Like So once you're prepared to like teach a class or you have something to do, you're mentally prepared like to do that work and to do that stuff, right? You've saved enough energy, you've prepared yourself, X, Y, and Z. Um, and then when you're in that mindset and then nothing happens, it adds like some weird kind of stress. So um, yeah, that's that. So I wanted to rant about that. The other thing is like the book here, we use like journeys, right? And it's from the US, but like we kind of switch some things. And then what's annoying is that some people here, they act like it's really, really, really important and stuff, to like stick to the format or the program. But then you go into the book, and then you like once you use the book, they'll be like, okay, you have to use the book that we made because like we made maybe some changes or something. So then I have to look at two different books. Like we stole one book, but then now I have to look at another book or something like that. And then they're like, oh, you got it wrong. It's so like, oh, how could you get it wrong? As if like I'm, not like working hard or something, or like it's like a really, really big deal. But then the reality is like even the manager themselves don't know what is in the book. Like they just kind of like they didn't even print out the books until we're already in the semester, because like the foreign teachers classes aren't like as structured and really aren't as important as the homeroom, like the local teachers, right? So it's kind of funny like how it is. Like some people come in and it's like the most important thing ever. Like how could you make this like small mistake or something? Like the page says we're on lesson 21. The page says lesson 21. I use the words, oh, that's actually from the last lesson. I'm like, well, so why is the book like that? You know what I mean? Like, why is it like numbered wrong? But yeah, so that's just another like frustrating pet peeve thing. And then it's like, it would make sense like if it's like if it's like a legitimate school, there's like a really good structure to it. But even in doing the book, it doesn't even really help the students actually learn. So it's like really, it makes no sense to be like so like hostile over like some silly little mistake like that. Um, so I think those are the most frustrating parts of working, is that like the whole environment isn't really good, and like no one is really happy except for the students. But when I'd have like a break and I have free time, it feels really nice because I can like learn languages and do things that I probably would not be able to do if I was in the US, right? Like I can't like schedule some language class when I'm supposed to be at work. So that's like, I think that's like the main benefit. Yeah.